Good night of Shabbos, everybody. This week's Parshas Korach, and Parshas Korach is a unique event takes place in this week's Parsha, and that is, as the Parsha starts off and says, Vayikach Korach, and Korach he gathered the people, together. He took Dasan Aviram, Bnei Eliav, Ayin Ben Pelas, Bnei Ruvain, where the Shevet Ruvain's chelik was close to where Korach was, and he was able to gather them because they were close. What was Korach doing? Korach was gathering people for a mini rebellion against Moshe Rabbeinu. That's what Korach was doing. Now, rebellion in Klal Yisrael is not a first. We have the Messiah where they complained. They wanted to go back to Mitzrayim after they had left. They were afraid of Amalek. They complained to Moshe Rabbeinu. But all these things were acts where they were afraid of something. They were afraid of Amalek. They were afraid that they were going to starve. They were afraid that they were going to die. Things like this, and then they complained to Moshe Rabbeinu. What's unique about Korach is this is an actual attack on Moshe Rabbeinu, not for something of physical well-being, not because they were afraid of something, not because he was afraid of anything, but just to attack Moshe Rabbeinu. And now I should point out that there are Rishonim that say that Korach did do this l'shem Shamayim. My Rebbe told me the pasuk Tzadik Katamar Yifrach, the last letter of each word of Tzadik Katamar Yifrach, symbolizes Korach. So there are Rishonim that say that, but by and large the Rishonim seem to say that this was a terrible thing, this was not a good thing that Korach did. So we have to understand what's happening here. We have Moshe Rabbeinu. Moshe had a din of a melech. Moshe was the king of Klal Yisrael for all intents and purposes. He's the leader of Klal Yisrael, and he had taken them out of Mitzrayim. He had given them the Torah, crossed the Yam Suf. He'd done all these tremendous things, of course, as a shliach of Hashem. But nevertheless, Moshe Rabbeinu was the one that did this. He had done so many great things for Klal Yisrael, the greatest person of all time, perhaps the greatest leader of all time. So Korach here is coming, and this is a personal attack against Moshe Rabbeinu. He's telling him, "Vayakumu lifnei Moshe," that he gets up in front of Moshe. They confront Moshe Rabbeinu, and he tells Moshe Rabbeinu, "You're doing too much, Rav Lachem," on Moshe and Aaron. Really, he says, "Rav Lachem, you're doing too much." And this is a personal attack against Moshe Rabbeinu. So what can we learn from this? So of course I mentioned that Moshe Rabbeinu had a din of a melech, but he's not called Melech Moshe. He's called Moshe Rabbeinu. It's not called Moshe HaMelech. He's called Moshe Rabbeinu, Moshe our teacher. And Moshe Rabbeinu teaches us a lesson for generations, I think, over here. How does Moshe Rabbeinu react to this? A personal attack against him. How does Moshe Rabbeinu act? Vayishma Moshe. Moshe hears what he says. Vayipol al panav, and he falls on his face. Moshe could have easily told Korach, "What are you doing? You think you're going to take on me? Do you know who I am? I'm Moshe Rabbeinu. I split the sea. I spoke to God. I came down with the Aseret HaDibros. Who do you think you are?" Moshe Rabbeinu could have easily said this to try to quiet him down, but he doesn't. Vayishma Moshe. He hears what he has to say. And Vayipol al panav. Then he falls on his face. It's almost as if he feels bad for Korach. What are you doing? But he doesn't confront him. I think that's a lesson for all of us. It's going to happen in life. People are going to confront you. But if you're doing the right thing, which of course Moshe Rabbeinu was, if you're doing the right thing, you're living a good life. You're leading a good life for yourself. You're going in the ways of Hashem. Don't let someone come and tell you that you're not doing the right thing. And if they do, just hear him out. There's no point in arguing with people. There's no point in arguing with these people. Vayishma Moshe vayipol al panav. He heard what he had to say. He listened to Korach. He let him say his piece. And then vayipol al panav, he falls down on his face and he can't. And he goes to Hashem. He says, "I can't help you." And then vayidaber al Korach, and then he talks to him. But don't react. Don't react out of hasteness. If someone comes, and it's going to happen in life, someone comes, tries to tell you you're not doing the right thing, you're not doing a good thing. If you're confident you are doing the right thing, just hear him out, let him say his piece, think about it, don't react, don't go back to him to answer him, don't try to argue with him. There's no point. Let's all be zeicha to try to have that in mind when something like this does happen. Have a good Shabbos.